Okay, this week we'll be talking about a important fabrication step that is called etching. Etching is a process of using chemicals to remove our desired layers of silicon on or metal of a wafer. Um, Basically, there are lithography, but instead of light, we use chemicals. Chem- there are there are two big different methods for etching called dry and wet etching. Uh, Wet etching is, as you can tell from the name, we used a liquid-based chemicals to etch the whole process, and the main advantage of wet etch is it is really simple process. We just basically use a liquid for our etching process. That means we can just dip or or just spray them in for a desired result. But there are certain disadvantages. That is, we really can't control a etching process since we use liquid. We have to wait for the whole chemical reaction, and it is mainly isotropic. The second one, the second big one, the dry etch. There are actually two methods to achieve a dry etching process. The one is non-plasma based, which we use gas for etching, and finally a plasma based. We use plasma for our etching process. The main advantage of our dry etch approach is we have a great controllability since we use gas or use ions to remove our certain layers. So it has much better than just waiting for the whole thing to dissolve like wet etch. But however, it is really costly. If you're using plasma based, it is really hard to maintain our plasma, and it might damage our layers since since in plasma we accelerate ions, and that might lead to damages. There are there are one final more etch process, which is called a RIE, which called reactive ion etching, that combines the whole process together, the plasma and the chemical. And this one has a good moderate etch selectivity and good controllability and is anisotropic. Thank you for listening. This has been Young Kim of Semiconductor Fabrication Process class.